So I don't usually do videos. I think the last video I ever did was one for my birthday, on my birthday last year. I think that's the last personal video that I ever posted. So if I'm doing this, just know it's serious. I got stuck in Dubai. I left Uganda March 1st, and I meant to be there for a little bit, check out the place, learn a few things, and then flights got grounded. I was supposed to be on my way to Houston, Texas. So I had my boy there, friend. Thanks be to God for friends who took care of me since March until the United States Embassy evacuated me in June. Yes, June 24th. That's when I was evacuated. So the reason I'm making this video is I got stuck there, and yes, I had a flight that I was supposed to be connecting, and that's Delta Airline, which was an American airline. So the flight cancelled 7 different times. They tried to book me on Emirates as a partner, and Emirates cancelled. They tried to book me on KLM cancelled. They tried Etihad, and that's within a period of every 2 weeks. Every time the flight was supposed to be on, like 2 days before, it would cancel, and then they would rebook me on a different flight. So they did Delta to Delta, didn't work. Etihad, Delta, cancelled. KLM, Delta, cancelled. Emirates, Delta, cancelled. Again, KLM, all the way, cancelled. And the last one was Air France. Actually, Air France was on, happened, but I couldn't wait. By that time, I was done, and I just had to go to the embassy. The reason I didn't go to the US embassy before is, this hope of after 2 weeks this time is going to happen. After 2 weeks this time is going to happen. But it came to a point I couldn't, and I just had to contact the embassy for the evacuation. Now, while I was there, guys, Ugandans are stuck in the UAE. This, I had a personal experience. Guys have become hopeless. Guys are stressed up. There are guys who had gone and worked for only 6 months. Their companies closed. For some reason, they didn't give them the air tickets back home. But some, even if they did, there were no flights. Many, the contracts ended. So you can imagine, guys have to pay for where to sleep. They have to eat. They have to pay phone bills, and they are not working. There are Ugandan girls there, people's daughters, people's sons, Some of you might be watching this. You have nieces, nephews you might not know about. But the issue is that they are Ugandans. These guys have come to a point of missing a meal for the whole day so that they save up for one meal next day so they can leave. You've never been in that kind of situation if you're watching this, because in Uganda, really going hungry, there's always something to eat. You can grow food somewhere, pick this, that, and have something in the stomach. But now these guys, the basic needs, shelter, food, is gone. They're in a foreign country. Some of them, the landlords cut off their electricity so that they can leave. But if they cut off electricity in a desert during summer, if you have empathy right now, the pain you're feeling is too much. Then an embassy is useless. The whole system, is not people-centered. It's not Ugandan-centered. And I'm not saying this because I'm political. I support anybody else. No, I am a Ugandan. When a Ugandan is hurting, it's my brother who is hurting. And on top of that, I believe in God. And I believe in the value that God has attached to each and every soul. It is our governments that give us value. I had a lot of value in the UAE when I pulled out my American passport. I'd get the services. And I would even feel guilty that my friends, Ugandan friends, could not. The girls, people's daughters. Imagine what some are pushed into. These are graduates. And what was so hurting is that there are Ugandans who are saying that they should stay out there. The Ugandans should stay out there so that they don't bring corona to Uganda. How do you tell a sick person who is away from home to stay there? Some of these people are even Christians. What is most challenging and most painful is I would see pastors online preaching and even asking for tithe, but there was no pastor who was asking for the polite or feeling the pain of the sons and daughters of the Ugandan land coming back home and being taken care of. There were efforts to feed people who are in Uganda already, but they are sheep that are in the fold. But about a sheep that is out there in a foreign land being treated like slaves. At least you have a freedom in Uganda that you're not being treated like slaves. But when you're rejected by your country, a president stands up and says that, hey, no, you can't come. There is no law and there's no country in the whole world that any system said that a national cannot come back. It is not there. It's only Uganda. That is so heartless. And Uganda is so lawless and constitutionalist that nobody said a thing. It felt normal. That's how the system has been reduced. You cannot stop a national from returning home under any circumstance. There's no law. It's so heartless. I am glad and I am blessed that the country which I wasn't born into, but I pay taxes, I can call the embassy and demand services because I pay taxes. And because I pay taxes, the moment I contacted the embassy, they asked me, they said, why did you take so long? In 2 days, they got me a hotel and evacuated me back to Houston. I've come back to Houston. I spent everything while I was there. When I got there, here, I was able to start. The car I'm driving is available on credit, but I've already got a job. So the system has already provided me a job to be able to start. So I'm going to be making payments, and they give me a grace period of 2 months to start making payments on the vehicle. And my brothers and sisters out of Uganda, where they are not citizens, are in pain. If you who is watching this video, you go to sleep tonight, comfortable after hearing this message, you need help. If you're a person of faith, go back and sit and cry because you don't have empathy. Pastors are silent. And remember, the church in the nation can easily suck in the yeast or the process of the government, and it stops being people-centered. And when you know a church is not being people-centered is when they do not speak about those things that the government is doing that oppresses their own sheep or their own members. Because every member in those churches is out there on chair. They have been to that church. And each and every church in Uganda has sent or has had a member go out of the country to work. But what I saw in the UAE, I haven't been able to settle until I had to say something. Just don't just pray. And you are contributing. Musicians, some of you, I would see you being called for shows in Dubai, in where, and then these people would pay and you get a lot of money. When it comes to talking and contribution, you only follow the rhythm of the government. Contribute for people, but you don't come up with a private initiative and say, oh, we have fellow Ugandans out there who have also been supporting us, and we say something. And the government says, oh, stay there because of Corona, so you don't bring Corona to our country. You also feel like, that is logical, that is right. It is not. It is a shame when your child is out and they fall sick. Whether it's contagious or not, you don't say they stay there. They don't belong there. Who's going to help them? Who's going to take care of them? They belong home where you can do something, where they can have value, so they are not treated as slaves. So I got an email from the embassy. They still send me emails because the moment I contacted the American embassy, they started sending me information updates. So I got an update today. There had been visa waivers, but now they have started charging for expired visas. Who is going to pay for this? Ugandans. All those what they're going to be charging them, fines. They're going to be fined. It's a lot of money. Who's going to pay? Can we start from somewhere, or start up a charity or something, or a movement? bring Ugandans back home. I want to see Christians who claim that they are going to heaven and they have faith and they speak in tongues, trying to take action on this. Speak out. For evil to thrive, it takes good people to say nothing. And the Bible is also clear. When evil is exposed to the light, it loses its power. Expose the evil.